Yo, what's up guys? You got pokeaim here with another Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee Wi-Fi battle. Thank you everybody for all the support. I'm glad you guys are enjoying. If you guys would like to see the team that I'm using today, there's a link to the paste spin down below. Also, I put in, basically I asked my friends for a bunch of cool Pokemon like Victreebel, Ditto, Porygon. There's a Kabutops, Jinx. There's a lot of stuff. So I should be having a lot of cool Pokemon in the next few days. And I'm pretty excited about that. I think a lot of them are not going to be that good in an OU tier, but as soon as a UU tier is established, oof, somebody's trying to get answered outside. I hear that car honking. As soon as a UU tier is established, I think what we'll do is Pikachu will be the standard for OU. I think that'll always be the standard, but maybe what I'll attempt to do is make it like Eevee, or Caterpie is UU, and then that way if I find or look for battles there, people can use like lower tier Pokemon. But that's maybe a dream at this point. We'll pause it, guys, until we find a battle, though. We'll be right back. All right, so we found a game. I'll be using a Mega Gengar team. Now, Mega Gengar has a few uses over Alakazam, mainly Will-O-Wisp, though this isn't a Will-O-Wisp set. This is a Protect Disable set. But mainly Will-O-Wisp, and also the fact that Ghost hits really harder than Psychic, as Psychic is resisted by Steel and Dark is immune, whereas Gengar only immunity to Ghost would be normal. But looking at the team, I'm assuming it's Mega Gyarados and obviously Alolan Muk. So my Gengar is not going to be the best in this, but it outspeeds everything when it Mega Evolves, which is fantastic. I can also get up rocks pretty early versus my opponent. Their only rocker is Dugtrio. As far as their leads go, I think it'd be something that deals with my my actual rocker. So I'm gonna lead Zapdos because I'm anticipating maybe either Gyarados or Executor, and what Zapdos allows me to do is U-turn out into my Sandslash if my opponent wants to go out to the Alolan Dugtrio, which is basically there for Zapdos. My Alolan Dugtrio again is good versus my opponent's Zapdos too. Let's see how this goes. Ideally, I put myself in a position where with rocks up, Mega Gengar just comes in and just starts clicking buttons. There's no pursuit on Muk, and I have Protect Disable. I kind of wish I had Will-O-Wisp, but I just used the Mega Gengar that I just used a regular Gengar that I had. I didn't have a Will-O-Wisp Gengar on me. So leads off with Eggy, like I kind of expected. I think like I said, I thought he'd lead off with something that matches up very well versus a Sandslash lead. So I can U-turn here. I have Drill Peck on this one too, but I can U-turn, get off some beautiful damage, and honestly just go out. If he stays in, I go out to my own Executor because he can't Sleep Powder, can't Leech Seed, and I resist his dual stab. And I think the way I'm going to use my Executor in this game is actually try and explode on his Muk, because I do have Self-Destruct, and that should be enough for my, that should definitely be enough for my Gengar to clean up versus him. But I anticipated him to either go, like I said, stay in and do what he did, or what I mentioned, or go out to Alolan Dugtrio. And this allows me to bring up my Sandslash. I'm assuming he's going to get up rocks, but at the same time, Zapdos is so much of a threat versus me, or versus him rather, that he shouldn't just click rocks here mindlessly. He probably will though. Mainly because rocks are just so good in the game in general, but if I'm him, I go Executor and don't get up rocks. Because if I go for Earthquake, then what's your Thunderbolt plus U-turn switching then? He doesn't appreciate it. So this is a really good position for me. Exactly. Okay, I can respect. I like this. I know my opponent knows what they're doing. Massive Mike. Is that Gyarados? I know my opponent knows what they're doing now. Beautiful. So I get up my rocks. Lovely. Gyarados is definitely going to Mega Evolve. So my Zapdos is going to be pressured, which means he'll be able to get up rocks too. We're going to go Zapdos either way. He should definitely Mega Evolve and just click Waterfall. But I'm gonna keep keeping up offensive pressure. So instead of roosting, I'm gonna U-turn and then like get in my Gengar and Shadow Ball in the Dugtrio, or I allow him rocks and just click Earthquake and don't care. Those are the two plays I could do. I had nothing. To be honest, as much as I want to U-turn and keep on momentum and get in my Gengar, which I feel like is decently fair. Huh. Zapdos is so good in this game. Honestly, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to keep my momentum. He actually opts to stay in. Maybe go for Crunch. I'm very surprised considering how good Gyarados is versus me. But maybe he just went for Earthquake there. Sandslash does the same thing as Alolan Dugtrio in this game. Muck actually isn't that good in this game either, now that I think about it. Zapdos, Executor, that's good versus Executor. I honestly feel like I'll be able to deal with Zapdos with my SD Sandslash, so I'm going to sack my Dougie here. Though obviously it's good for speed tying with, does go for another waterfall. Like, I don't mind you giving me Gyarados. I don't mind my opponent giving me Gyarados. Though, at this point, I'm really stubborn too. I'm very surprised because you give me that damage on Gyarados, that's such a big threat to my team. I'm U-turning again though. Like I said, I'm keeping up offensive momentum here. I really think you should always go out into Dugtrio. And by getting the chip off, I can get in my Mega Gengar, Mega Evolve, and click Shadow Ball, and also, again, keep up momentum to the point that my opponent doesn't get up rocks. So I was doing my best to get rid of rocks there. Obviously, I had to sack him on. Yeah. Slice. He's going to go Dougie again. I'm going to get some U-turn damage. Dugtrio Sucker Punch never knocks out Gengar, so that's nice. And I obviously outspeed it and can just click Shadow Ball and knock it out when I Mega Evolve. So we'll bring out Mega Gengar now. And if my opponent gives me this, then they hate Zapdos. They absolutely hate Zapdos. So I'm Mega Evolve right here and just click Shadow Ball. Muck should be their play, but every bit of damage with rocks on Muck and with Shadow Ball leads me to a game where Mega Gengar just wins. Mega Gengar already knocks out Dodrio 100% with Sludge Bomb after rocks. And it definitely knocks this thing out with Shadow Ball. And also, if Gyarados comes in, you're taking even more damage. I'll probably sack Muck at that point. So, they might think I'm regular Gengar, but I mean, this is the only Mega on my team. Huh. I think you go Muck always. I think you always go Muck. And the great thing about my Gengar having Protect is, oh, he stays in, awesome. So maybe either risking a speed tie or not anticipating me to be Mega Gengar. Mega Gengar always outspeeds this though. Let's see if he Sucker Punched. He did Sucker Punch. It's not going to knock me out. And that means I do not have to play a game with rocks this game. Awesome. Go ahead and, yo, that Shadow Ball looks fire. Go ahead and give me that. And that also means that Thunderbolt does not have a good switch in, because if you go Eggy, you take rocks, you take Thunderbolt, and you take U-turn. Obviously, my opponent still has that Mega Gyarados, which is a problem, but at the same time, this is not terrible for me. And the interesting thing about Muck is, when he brings it out, he might just double anticipating my Sandslash. So I'm going to go for Protect here. Because if I'm him, not worth it. Not actually worth it. I'm going to go out to my own Muck instead of Sandslash. I can wear this thing down with crunches. And then, again, it still helps out Zapdos as well. Crunch. That's fine. I do the same thing. Yeah, I crunch as well. I just wear you down because, again, I'm looking for an endgame where Mega Gengar knocks out Dodrio. It knocks out Gyarados. That's the endgame I'm looking for. So anything that leads up to that, which is chip damage on Alolan Muck, chip damage on Gyarados, chip damage on Zapdos, all that helps me out. Plus Sandslash still always wall this thing, and I didn't want to risk him poisoning my Muck upon switch, or excuse me, my Sandslash upon switching with Toxic. So my Muck, I think, was my best mid ground. And if he goes out to Gyarados, Crunch plus Rocks puts it in range of Crunch plus Rocks puts it in range of the what's it called? I completely forgot what I was trying to say. Crunch plus Rocks puts it in range of Zapdos' Thunderbolt. Thank you. Alright, so he goes out to Executor. Awesome for me because, again, no Thunderbolt resist. I'm going to go out to my own Executor because I don't want to put it to sleep. Or I don't want him to put me to sleep, rather. And he self-destructs. Smart play, dude. That's very smart. That weakens my Muck for Zapdos, and that would weaken Executor, though it doesn't do too much. But I think it's still better for me because, again, Thunderbolt switch-ins do not exist at this point. And if he goes Dodrio, all I gotta do is click Psychic. Goes out to Gyarados. Ah, lovely. Things are looking great. Because I can just do the exact... I just Mega Drain here and let him knock me out. I don't need this Mon. It literally... I don't have to save it. He even did me a favor right there. I do not have to save this Mon. It loses to Zapdos. It loses to Dodrio. It loses to Muck. It loses to Gyarados. There is no point in me saving it. I also don't switch him very well to this Pokemon, period. So, I mean, it's a Gyarados. What can you expect? I just self-destruct here. It won't make a difference. Crunch is going to knock me out regardless. And then I can go right out to Zapdos, click Thunderbolt. Not care about my opponent. I don't think Gengar knocks it out yet with Sludge Bomb. I'll be honest there. I'm not entirely sure that Gengar actually knocks you out just yet with Sludge Bomb. So Zapdos is the play. I feel like with the next rock switching, I definitely knock you out with Sludge Bomb. But we Thunderbolt here. I'm assuming he goes Muck. I get the Thunderbolt damage off. I get the U-turn damage off. And then I just start going Gengar. And I just start knocking out everything. But yeah, I do not think Mega Gengar does. Maybe with EVs it would. I'm going to run a calc just so I know. I know 100% when it switches out. But yeah, go ahead and give me this. Beautiful. Gengar. How much do you do, my friend? Blank set. Level 50. Because Gyarados is so bulky, man. Gyarados is like one of the biggest threats in this metagame. Easily, easily. 130 base special defense. Like, why? I know I have 170 special attack, so I shouldn't be... Actually, I had a good shot at knocking out. 38 to 45. Wow, that's more than I thought. So Zapdos comes out. This is fantastic because I literally have a counter. But I'm not gonna go out to. I'm gonna keep my Zapdos around just because it can still Thunderbolt his own. It can still Thunderbolt his own Muck, which does more than obviously Crunch. I'm gonna go out to this, and I can just click Toxic, either catching this. I'm not gonna go Sandslash because Sandslash gets a free Rock Slide / Earthquake when it gets it on Muck. So right here I can just go for a Toxic. As you can see, I'm mixed. I just gave it these TMs. Fire Blast does more to Melmetal. And I'm never worried about Dodrio at all. Ah, beautiful. So Toxic landing on Sandslash, or excuse me, on Zapdos. Sorry about that. I always mix up my words. But Toxic landing on Zapdos is fantastic. Because it means that my opponent's Zapdos can never beat Gengar. I don't need this Pokemon. I can just sack it. If he wants to U-turn, that's fine too. If he Thunderbolts, no big deal. No point in me going Sandslash. Especially when, like I said, Sandslash basically wins at this point too. Because I get in Sandslash here. I click Rock Slide. If he Roost, he still takes Rock Slide damage plus Poison. Obviously, Rock Slide won't be super effective because he loses Flying type, but I click Rock Slide now. Toxics. Misses, unfortunately, and if my Rock Slide connects, he goes down. I don't know how much the damage would have mattered on me in the long run because I wasn't staying in anyway on Dodrio. But maybe it might have. Big Slash. I'm assuming Dodrio might just come out now. Amigos! I cannot die to a crit. So I'm going to stay in as he's probably going to SD. I can't die. And then what I'll do is I'll sack Zapdos to then bring out Gar. Because this Rock Slide should put him in range of rocks. Yep, it does put him in range of rocks, so he can't switch. And I sack Zapdos here. I keep Sandslash alive because it's faster than Muck and knocks it out with Earthquake. And also, I did that damage because it meant that Dodrio cannot switch anymore. I mean, Dodrio outspeeds me, so this doesn't really matter at all. I mean, I click Thunderbolt here, but Dodrio always outspeeds me. Then we go out to Big Mega Gar. Big boy Mega Gar. Come back out. Always outspeed. Knock him out with Sludge Bomb. If he switches, he dies to Rock, so it doesn't really matter. I shouldn't be able to lose to Muck either. Like, at all. I'm SD. And he's basically forced to sack. Yep. Give me that. Mega Gengar looks so cool. Bring out that Muck. Nice and last. So the idea was me playing this was I was doing my best to try and weaken all of his answers to it. So this is why I initially crunched his Muck and whatnot. Also, if he starts Acid Armoring after I Sludge Bomb, I can just go for the Disable and stop that. Yeah, just crunches to knock me out. Doesn't matter though. Like I said, Sandslash is going to be able to outspeed him and knock him out, and that'll be a good game. That'll be a good game. Yo, Sandslash put in the most work in this game. It actually did. Not only just because he got up rocks, but threatening Dugtrio, beat Zapdos, beat Alolan Muck, scared out Dugtrio. Sandslash put in some work, man. Honestly. More than Gengar. Alright, so we got our first game. I'm going to try and look for another one, guys. So I'll just pause it until we find one. And we'll be right back. Alright, guys. So we have another game. And this guy's a really cool team. Very, very, very weak to Gengar. Obviously, Alolan Muck is the exception. 3 Rockers in Amistar, Kabutops, and Clefable. I love Gengar because it can just Shadow Ball and Sludge Bomb everything. And the great thing is, Amistar cannot Shell Smash on anything for free. Mega Drain, Earthquake, Thunderbolt, Earthquake, Mega Drain, and Gengar. So, as far as leads go, I honestly think Zapdos is fantastic. It doesn't lose much versus anything. I can just Drill Peck immediately. Only issue is potentially Sleep Powder on the... on that Muck. But what I'm thinking is going to happen here is that my Executor is going to lure in the Muck, and I'll be able to get off not only Mega Drain damage, but Self-Destruct, and that's going to allow my Gengar to just go ham. Honestly, just go in. That's what I'm going towards anyway. Clefable as a lead. I'm going to U-turn out immediately into my Mega Gengar. And just, because, first off, it avoids a Toxic if he wants to go for that. I'm assuming he's just going to go for Rocks. But it avoids like a Toxic, and it also lets me get off a Sludge Bomb immediately on Muck coming in, which gives me Rocks with my own Sandslash. So we're going to U-turn out to this. And I deal with Zapdos with both Dugtrio and Sandslash, so that should be okay. Just gets up Rocks, yep. So I'll be able to Mega Evolve here and get a little bit of damage off on something. And if he stays in with Clef, it dies. And again, all this damage, the damage I'm about to get on what I'm assuming to be a Alolan Muck is, like, all this is important towards a Gengar sweep at the end. Oh, he stays in. Bro, you are gone. I am fine with that. You want to sack this? Fine. Clef was annoying too. This is 170 base power, my friend. Go ahead and give me that Clef. 170 base power move. Well, special attack rather. Not the move. The move is not 170 base power. Oh my god. Imagine Slug Mountain was 170 base power. You know, at that point, you're probably even hitting Steel Types for damage. What's an immunity to 170 base power? Anyway, fantastic start. Muck comes out as it should. I'm going to protect here first because I don't want him doubling, anticipating me to go Sandslash. So that's the only reason why I'm making this play. Foul plays. Which is smart. Probably does more to Sandslash than anything else. Alright, we're going Sandslash now. We're going to get up our Young Rocks. And now Thunderbolt plus Drill Peck. Zapdos is another mon that's just fantastic in this game too. Not so much my opponents because I have double ground. That does more than crunch easily. Look at our Young Rocks. If he has Mega Drain, does it knock me out? I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. Zapdos comes out. That's an odd switching considering... I'm assuming he wants to Toxic me and he just wanted to avoid Earthquake. But Rocks were for sure my best play. I'm debating if I want to stay in here and SD up. And honestly, I do. I do. I'm gonna SD up because Toxic or Drill Peck is the only thing you do. Gets up a Reflect. Oh, so he's trying to go for game with Amistar. But my Swords Dance is not gonna make that as good for you. Look at Sandslash. Swords Dance looks amazing. Have I used that on Wi-Fi yet? I don't think so. Alright, we're just Rock Slide here. I was thinking about Earthquaking because he may just U-turn. Especially if he's running, yeah. I was thinking about Earthquaking there, but Rock Slide is the safer play. Because all I need is Rocks damage on Zapdos anyway to make it that I can't switch it on Gengar. And if he goes Amistar, like I said, I always stay in on everything on Amistar. Kabutops could be a problem though, SD Aqua Jet. But you're not tanking this well. Oh, never mind. I still stay in. It's the same thing as Amistar. Swords, I have Zapdos to revenge it anyway. And he doesn't switch in well to Zapdos. Why Aqua Jet over Waterfall, dude? Oh my gosh. Why? You don't have Waterfall? Is he Swords Dance X's or Aqua Jet Rock Slide? Boy, Sandslash stay putting in work. I don't want it to put in work. I don't. I'm trying to get Gengar. But Sandslash stays putting in work. Yeah, that was a little bit poor on my opponent's part. I'm assuming they just didn't have Waterfall. So there's two sets you can run on Kabutops, in my opinion, on Swords Dance. Swords Dance, Aqua Jet, Rock Slide, and then potentially X Scissor. But I really feel like Waterfall or even Superpower, even though Superpower obviously lowers your stuff, but I really feel like Waterfall or Superpower are a lot better than X Scissor, which I'm assuming is what he had. Either way, it's the same thing. We get rid of one of the potential setup mons. Amistar comes in and I believe I'm faster than you. So I'm gonna hit this thing up with a +2 Earthquake. I should be faster. Sandslash is so nasty. Walling Zapdos, getting up rocks. Yep. Does this kill through Reflect? I doubt it. Yeah, I was about to say I doubt it, but he can Shell Smash now. Oh, Ice Beams. Doesn't even Shell Smash. Alright, I'm gonna pick off a Pokemon now with my Gengar. Sandslash, you did good, bro. I appreciate you. Alright, so I can go Gengar and just click Sludge Bomb. Because Sludge Bomb will knock out Amistar, regardless of resist. And it also hits his team harder than Shadow Ball does. I think a Shadow Ball gets a Def Drop, so I'm assuming it doesn't really matter. Now I think about it, it doesn't actually matter. Let me just click Shadow Ball here. I can get a Def Drop on Muck too. Saving Amistar makes no sense either because it doesn't outspeed anything on my team or threaten anything. Only Muck, but again, it doesn't threaten Muck. And the cool thing is if he opts to go Venusaur after, I can protect and then disable it. Yeah, my opponent definitely messed up when they, I'm assuming Muck. They definitely messed up with the Kabutops. If they had Waterfall, that was always the play. And I already mentioned so many times why all this damage, it's the same thing like using Alakazam. All the damage on Pokemon like this matter. At this point, I just go Muck to basically just start trading. He has no good crunch switchings besides this. Amistar drops. Zapdos doesn't appreciate it, and I can Toxic it. Venusaur doesn't appreciate it, and Gar just comes in and wins. So you can foul play me all you want, dude. I'm gonna start just crunching. I'm hoping though as the months go on and the meta starts to develop, I start getting, you know, even better opponents on Wi-Fi. I would very much like that. At the moment, I'm kind of just cruising and trying to show off things and explaining my thought process. So what the purpose of these are is to try and help you, the viewer, who may be new. I mean, obviously there's people who might just like to watch it for the graphics, and I'm definitely one of them. It's supposed to help you, the viewer, just learn and improve from it, and hopefully, like, that's the whole purpose of my channel, entertainment, but mainly learning. At least that's how I've always structured it. So again, the purpose is to make sure that you guys always learn from it and get better. So in turn, it makes it better for me too, because I'll get better games. Like right here, Toxic was no drawback. He can't roost on me now. He can't beat me 1v1. I don't lose anything by clicking Crunch again either until I go down. At this point, just a little bit more damage on Muck does it for me. I'm pretty sure Zapdos is gonna eat this crunch because of the reflect, even with poison. Yeah, Zapdos ate for breakfast. So again, game plan sort of similar. What I tried to do was catch the Muck off guard with my self-destruct Alolan or regular Executor, and beat him down now with Gengar. All right, I don't wanna like. I can save at least Muck for his Muck and maybe get off like a last ditch effort Fire Blast or Crunch for a little bit of chip damage. It can also be a Sleep. Well, if there is Sleep Claws, if he believes in Sleep Claws, it can also be Sleep Claws. But I'm assuming Gengar is going to beat the Venusaur 1v1 with Protect plus Disable anyway, just in case it is Sleep. And Alolan Dugtrio is literally designed to deal with this Pokemon. You turn now into what? Venusaur? That's fair. That is very fair. So, a few cool things. My Executor can live one Sludge Bomb, which gets off a Psychic on Venusaur, which puts it in range of Gengar. And again, hoping that he ends up going Muck at that point. Instead of letting me Psychic the Venusaur, I'm hoping he lets me go Muck. He goes Muck rather, and allows me to boom on it. We'll sack Muck here, so I can get a free switch into my Executor. Give me that. Or I can even just go Gengar and not care. Because it is Mega. Mega Venusaur should still not be able to lock out Executor, right? Unless it's Modest. If it's Modest, that could be annoying. Sleep Powders and misses. Doesn't really matter. He can knock me out with Mega Drain if he wants to. I'll just click Fire Blast here. I mean, either way, he just Mega Drains, right? So I just stay in until I go down. Just Fire Blast. He should knock me out this turn. Or not. If I get a first turn Wake. Nope. Alright, so he beats me. Now he beats me. It just wasn't worth going hard into Executor because Sludge Bomb hurts. I don't think Sludge Bomb, like I said, I don't think Sludge Bomb OHKOs me. Actually, it can with rocks always. Oof. My opponent got a Brock's turn 1 too. It's fine. So what I'm going to do here is, again, sack this. I'm going to go Gengar. Amnesia? Boy. What's your last move? Is it Sludge Bomb or is it Mega Drain? I want to get a burn just so I can speed this up a little bit. Because if it's Mega Drain... So I actually used Amnesia Lax and Amnesia Venusaur and Growth Venusaur in Candied meta because it was just so fat and it couldn't beat it with even Zam, right? I want to see if your last move is Sludge Bomb. I'm honestly curious because if it's Mega Drain, then you can't Sleep Powder me. My opponent's about to find out the hard way they can't Sleep Powder me either if they go for it. Plus I have Drill Peck and Shadow Ball / Sludge Bomb at the end of the day. Sludge Bomb will knock me out if that's your last move. But I'm assuming because you're a Leech Seed, Sleep Powder, Amnesia set, it's Mega Drain for recovery. So I'm thinking my opponent goes out into Muck here. Amnesia's out. Dude, you're not gonna beat me 1v1. Like you'll beat maybe Eggy 1v1 again if you're Sludge Bomb, but I still have a Zapdos at the end of the day to click Drill Peck, and it's a solid 2-hit KO. But like I said, I'm hoping for better games in the future. It's not that I don't upload losses, it's that I'm not losing. So it makes it a little bit harder for me. Dude, he can't even touch my Dugtrio. Like, that's crazy. I just Drill Peck here. And like if I find a Mewtwo as my first game, I just run because it's like I'm not trying to. As a second game, whatever. You can use Mewtwo versus me, but as a first start, I'm not trying to find a Mewtwo immediately when I'm using Oyumons. This should do around 30-something%. Yep. Sleep powders. Manages to connect. I feel like my opponent will not care about the claws at all, but I think I just stay in and probably win the game with a Alolan Dugtrio, not even Gengar. Yep, there's a lead seat. Because Alolan Dugtrio knocks out Amistar, knocks out Zapdos, and knocks out Muck. These things are always annoying. But I still feel he should switch. Because I have the, like, yes, you're +4 Spadef, and you obviously hurt me with Sludge Bomb and whatnot, but I don't know, I still feel like I have the advantage here, even with 2 Pokemon asleep and whatnot, because I can just disable the, I can literally just disable the sleep powder and just start Sludge Bomb spamming. Yeah, and eventually I'll wake up, exactly. And I can just go out to Dugtrio and win. Dugtrio just cleans up. I don't like fighting that set on Wi-Fi, or a set like that on Wi-Fi. I like how Sludge Bomb was their main stab and not Mega Drain. I guess because Leech Seed recovery. Go ahead and give me this. Alright, so this Pokemon wins. That should be game. I outspeed everything. I knock everything out. I didn't get to use Gengar as much as I wanted to. But Sandslash, though? Sandslash put in some work. Sandslash actually put in work. Both games. Like, I'd be lying to I'm going to use this team once more, though. But I'd be lying to myself if I put Gengar in the thumbnail. I have to put Sandslash. I'd actually be lying to myself if I put Gengar in the thumbnail. Because Gengar did not do much. Sandslash cleaned. Just based on the way my opponents played. Because I feel like if you play a specific way towards... Because, guys, every bit of damage matters in this, right? That's why I'm always careful with which Pokemon I switch into which Pokemon, or even if I have a Pokemon that quote-unquote counters or checks a Pokemon, like for example, Zapdos versus Gyarados, even though I could take a hit, I don't switch it in. That's rocks, doesn't it? I don't switch it in because that bit of damage might matter later for switching into Gengar or Zam or Muck or something. So every bit of damage matters in this, especially because there's no items for recovery, there's no abilities, and there's very limited, solid Pokemon. So just play smart with the way you use your Pokemon, and ideally that gives me better games too as we go forward, which makes for even better content. But yeah, Sandslash definitely put in the most work here. I love how that double grounds put in work, both Sandslash and Dugtrio. That's crazy. I could even let my opponent have a... No, that'd be lame if I did that. I would say let them have like some hope and go for Shell Smash, but I have Sucker Punch either way. I'm just gonna go for the Earthquake here, knock him out. That should be game. So this guy, I definitely feel like they could have done a lot better. Like, obviously Venusaur was a little annoying at the end, but nothing more than annoyance. They could have done a lot better if they had Waterfall and Kabutops, or went for anything over Aqua Jet, or even went Venusaur first. Like, I don't know why you didn't go Venusaur there. I know obviously you don't have Mega Drain, which I wouldn't have known at the time, but you still could have Sleep Powder. You weren't as worried about me. So yeah, I don't know. In my opinion, they could have definitely played it. Both of them could have played it a little bit differently, but I hope you guys all enjoyed. Of course, if you did, feel free to leave a like, subscribe. Feel free to leave suggestions down below. The games are actually going to start getting harder for me because I will be using less good Pokemon soon, as I mentioned. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, my friends.